the person that they're actually talking to, the interaction that they have, I think is completely different.
Yeah, for me it's easy to sell Bermondsey because Bermondsey is in my heart, is where everything started.
Obviously, right now we're at the Biscuit Factory. We're at our location, which is a brilliant location, may I add.
I was working at the Bermondsey Square Hotel, and she saw me working. I said, Matteo, what are you? What are you doing here?
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, I couldn't avoid us. They are happy to work with us, and they love the area. They are passionate about their job. So, Alex, how do you feel?
I'm very good at the moment. But I think more importantly, let's talk about a little bit more what the clients want to hear, right?
Yeah, what do you want to hear?
How do they, or how do we perceive Bermondsey? How do we understand Bermondsey? Obviously, right now we're at the Biscuit Factory. We're at our location, which is a brilliant location, may I add. But I think that in itself is something that a lot of people do ask. And when it comes to sellers, buyers, tenants, landlords, they want to know this location before they invest in this location, right?
Right.
So, okay. So to everybody out there, how would you say that Bermondsey is as a whole? What would intrigue you? Why would you want to be around this area?
Yeah, for me it's easy to sell Bermondsey because Bermondsey is in my heart, right? It's where everything started, like even with our business, but it's where with life, we moved here long time ago, so I have a lot of emotions related to Bermondsey. Is where Alex and we started when me and you started our business.
Yeah, girls.
Right? So for me, it's
how
easy
long
to
ago
sell.
was that? That must have been what,
So
like
2000, June 2019, you remember?
Yeah.
Mamma mia.
That was amazing, wasn't it? Absolutely amazing.
We were starting to do our videos. You remember when we did the video about the coffee shops in front of the Thames? You remember? What is your favorite coffee shops in SC16?
But I think this is why I say to a lot of people out there that having an interest in the area, I think, is so important.
Yeah.
Because then I can sell it a lot better than anybody else. If I love the area, if I have a feeling for the area, I can say what are the most important parts about that area.
Yeah, that's true.
If I said to you, right, well, I'm going to go to, I don't know, North London, and I know nothing about it, why is a buyer going to be interested in what I'm going to say if I know nothing about that location?
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I think I agree with you. Going back to our steps, we had such an interesting time when we were younger, and this was such an amazing time when we were sort of our younger ages.
Right. And the energy that people were giving us. You remember when we were going to Deli Felicia? It was a lot of these pub owners or cafe owners were the ones that give us the energy to do our business. And I never felt this energy the same like in Canada Water or in Bermondsey, right?
And I think that's such a huge point, because when we started up our business, we started understanding and knowing that people wanted to buy into people, right?
Yes.
They didn't want to, like when we were with the other agencies, they wanted to understand what the agency had to offer. But the person that they're actually talking to, the interaction that they have, I think is completely different.
Yeah.
Because I said it the other day to someone as well. People don't buy into the company, they buy into the person alone. And that as a whole, I think, is really, really interesting. So we started our agency 7 years ago. When we started it, I'll never forget it. We started knowing that we couldn't be with our other agency because obviously a conflict of interest, fair enough. But we had to then work for the hotels. Do you remember that?
Yes. I had to hide some client. I remember a landlady, I think, she worked I was working at the Bermondsey Square Hotel, and she saw me there working. I said, Matteo, what are you what are you doing here?
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, I couldn't avoid it. I said, look, I just started my business. I need to make some money by serving coffee. And And he said, great. And you remember, you chose us because
We
she
were
saw
working hard.
that we were working hard.
And we cared, right, as well.
And even at the beginning, if you remember, we drive scooters, right, or mopeds to go to viewings. And at the beginning, I wanted to hide my helmet. But now people say, wow, you come to the valuation with your moped. It means like that you care about saving time
Exactly.
and saving us money. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think I learned in these 6 years to be myself.
And I think that is so important, right? We worked hard. My God, we've always worked hard, right? And when we first started, we were working from 4 a.m. in the morning into about midday on the hotel side, so on the waitering side, working hard. I remember some days I was literally just dripping with sweat with the amount of times we were running around doing things. And then straight after that, having extra energy for our estate agency to then push it forwards. And we started with zero, literally zero.
Yeah, true.
And then we suddenly went into having one person, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. And it is spiraled into something where we generally felt like we had something.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'll never forget that day that we had that epiphany of being like, holy, we are actually doing something right now that is actually going to be potentially amazing.
Yeah, I didn't believe it because sometimes I pinch myself even now. And
Of course.
And
of course.
The same energy that those people, those small businesses give it to us and bring us where we are now is also is an energy that we like to transfer into our employees because we like to be nice. We like to make sure that the employees that work with us, they are happy to work with us and that they love the area. They are passionate about their job.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
we really value that, and we wouldn't be here sit to this armchair now if
having a podcast about Alex Matteo.
Yeah,
never really thought in a million years that would be something we would be doing, but it's now becoming something. And I agree with you. Our colleagues are everything. Our team is everything. Everything about our business is driven by them. Yeah. We are definitely the ones that have to steer the ship, but we're definitely not the ones that are doing everything. And I think that is hugely important.
Very, very important. Very important. And talking about what is your favorite things about SC16?
Good question. I would say the places that you can go for runs, the walks, the scenery, the pubs, these kind of things are really, really something that would draw me to SC16 alone. I would not draw to SC16 just because I like the property. I would like everything about the property. Of course, I would buy a property solely on the basis that that's what I want, but I wouldn't buy a property if I didn't like the location. So for me, it's very much based on what is around the area, what's going to intrigue me, what's going to excite me. Do I want the fast pace of London? Do I want the slow pace? These things, I think, for me, is the reason why I love SC16, because you're near the city centre, but also you're just on the outskirts where you're not feeling like it is rushed. But you have the pubs around the area, and those things are really, really nice.
Yeah, it's what I like as well, because sometimes in the morning on Sunday when I have nothing to do, I like to take a stroll. And depending how I feel, should I go right today and be peaceful, going towards Rotherhithe and Canada Water, meeting nobody, or or I feel like I need to meet people, I need to see the energy of London and turn left. So whatever I choose, 10 minutes, I'm in Tower Bridge, surrounded by tourists and the energy of London. You go right, you are surrounded by nature, and if you are lucky, you meet a couple of people.
Exactly.
So I love it. I love it for that reason.
Bro, well, I think we're going to have to wrap it up now.
Thank you very much.
But I'm really, really happy we had this conversation.
Yeah.
Let's have many more.
Fantastic, guys.